Built to Sell by John Warrillow. Don't generalize, specialize. If you focus on doing one thing well and hire specialists in that area, the quality of your work will improve and you will stand out among your competitors. Relying too heavily on one client is risky and will turn off potential buyers. Make sure that no one client makes up more than 15% of your revenue. Putting the process into practice. Owning a process makes it easier to pitch and puts you in control. Be clear about what you're selling, and potential customers will be more likely to buy your product. When people are the main assets of the business and they can come and go every night, the business will not be worth very much. An earnout is almost always a disappointment for an entrepreneur. You've assumed most of the risk, and the acquiring company gets most of the reward if you're successful. Acquiring companies use an earn-out formula to buy a business when they know the founders are the business. Don't become synonymous with your company. If buyers aren't confident that your business can run without you in charge, they won't make their best offer. Avoid the cash suck. Once you've standardized your service, charge upfront or use progress billing to create a positive cash flow cycle. Pressure from within. Don't be afraid to say no to projects. Prove that you're serious about specialization by turning down work that falls outside your area of expertise. The more people you say no to, the more referrals you'll get to people who need your product or service. The test. Take some time to figure out how many pipeline prospects will likely lead to sales. This number will become essential when you go to sell because it allows the buyer to estimate the size of the market opportunity. 2 sales reps are always better than 1. Often competitive types, sales reps will try to outdo each other. And having 2 on staff will prove to a buyer that you have a scalable sales model, not just one good sales rep. The candidates. Hire people who are good at selling products, not services. These people will be better able to figure out how your products can meet a client's needs rather than agreeing to customize your offering to fit what the client wants. Growing pains. Ignore your profits and loss statements in the year you make the switch to a standardized offering, even if it means you and your employees will have to forego a bonus that year. As long as your cash flow remains consistent and strong, you'll be back in the black in no time. You need at least 2 years of financial statements reflecting your use of the standardized offering model before you sell your company. The number. Build a management team and offer them a long-term incentive plan that rewards their personal performance and loyalty. Gaining momentum. Find an advisor for whom you will be neither their largest nor their smallest client. Make sure they know your industry. Avoid an advisor who offers to broker a decision with a single client. You want to ensure there is competition for your business and avoid being used as a pawn for your advisor to curry favor with his or her best client. A blank check for growth. Think big. Write a 3-year business plan that paints a picture of what is possible for your business. Remember, the company that acquires you will have more resources for you to accelerate your growth. Talent management. Don't issue stock options to retain key employees after an acquisition. Instead, use a simple stay bonus that offers the members of your management team a cash reward if you sell your company. Pay the reward in 2 or more installments only to those who stay, so that you ensure your key staff stays on through the transition. Implementation Guide. Do not wait until you have an offer to see an accountant. Timing is critical. Step 1. Isolate a product or service with the potential to scale. Scalable things meet 3 criteria. They are teachable to employees or can be delivered through technology. They are valuable to your customers, which allows you to avoid commoditization. They are repeatable, meaning customers need to return again and again to buy. Based on what I've learned from talking to buyers, here are 6 forms of recurring revenue presented from least to most valuable. Number 6, consumables, such as toothpaste. Number 5, sunk money consumables, such as razor blades. More valuable than basic consumables such as toothpaste are sunk money consumables. Number 4, renewable subscriptions such as magazines. Number 3, sunk money renewable subscriptions such as the Bloomberg terminal. Number 2, auto-renewal subscriptions such as document storage. Number 1, contracts such as wireless phones. If you want your business to be profitable, enjoy fat margins, and thrive without you, you need to stop responding to RFPs and start carving out your own one-of-a-kind product or service. RFPs commoditize a category down to the point where the only way for a business to win a contract is to be the lowest cost provider. Step 2. Create a positive cash flow cycle. To create a positive cash flow cycle, charge your customer in full or in part for your product or service before you pay the costs of whatever it is you provide. Step 3. Hire a sales team. Your job as an entrepreneur is to hire salespeople to sell your products and services so you can spend your time selling your company. You make a few $100 or $1,000 when you sell your product. But if you turn those same skills to selling your company, you can make exponentially more. Avoid hiring salespeople who come from professional services companies. They will likely want to reinvent your product or service for every customer. Step 4. Stop selling everything else. Many clients actually buy more once the service or product is standardized. Step 5. Launch a long-term incentive plan for managers. Step 6. Find a broker. If your company has less than $2 million in sales, a business broker will best serve you. If it has more than $2 million in sales, a boutique mergers and acquisitions firm is probably your best bet. Step 7. Tell your management team. Step 8. Convert offers to a binding deal. Most professional acquirers will have a checklist of questions they need answered before buying your company. In addition to these objective questions, they'll try to get a subjective sense of your business. Subjectively assessing how dependent the business is on you requires the buyer to do some investigative work. It's more art than science and often requires a potential buyer to use a number of tricks of the trade. Trick number 1. Juggling calendars. By asking to make a last-minute change to your meeting time, an acquirer gets clues as to how involved you are personally in serving customers. Trick number 2. Checking to see if your business is vision impaired. An acquirer may ask you to explain your vision for the business, which is a question you should be well prepared to answer. Trick number 3, asking your customers why they do business with you. Trick number 4, mystery shopping. Acquirers often conduct their first bit of research behind your back before you even know they are interested in buying your business. Try to avoid personally being involved in finding or serving brand new customers. Once the due diligence period is over, there is a good chance that the offer in the letter of intent will be discounted. Again, don't be surprised if this happens to you. Expect it, and you'll be pleasantly surprised if it doesn't happen. If the discounted offer falls below the threshold, walk away, no matter what the acquirer promises to help you hit your earnout. Summary of Ted's tips. Don't generalize, specialize. Relying too heavily on one client is risky and will turn off potential buyers. Be clear about what you're selling, and potential customers will be more likely to buy your products. Don't become synonymous with your company. Once you've standardized your service, charge upfront or use progress billing to create a positive cash flow cycle. Don't be afraid to say no to projects. Take some time to figure out how many pipeline prospects will likely lead to sales. 2 sales reps are always better than 1. Hire people who are good at selling products, not services. Ignore your profit and loss statement in the year you make the switch to a standardized offering, even if it means you and your employees will have to forego a bonus that year. You need at least 2 years of financial statements reflecting your use of the standardized offering model before you sell your company. Build a management team and offer them a long-term incentive plan that rewards their personal performance and loyalty. Find an advisor for whom will be neither their largest nor their smallest client. Make sure they know your industry. Avoid an advisor who offers to broker a discussion with a single client. You want to ensure there is competition for your business. Think big. Write a 3-year business plan that paints a picture of what is possible for your business. Remember, the company that acquires you will have more resources for you to accelerate your growth. If you want to be a sellable, product-oriented business, you need to use the language of one. Change words like clients to customers and firm to business. Don't issue stock options to retain key employees after an acquisition. Instead, use a simple stay bonus that offers the members of your management team a cash reward if you sell your company.